right. Good bye week. Got rested up, got practice in, kept the fundamentals and timing sharp, and now it's 100% focus on Oregon. Um, Great opponent, great team, a lot of great players, extremely well coached. Big, fast, athletic, physical, depth. Coach Lanning done a tremendous job recruiting, development, retention. He probably one of the most impressive young coaching phenoms to come around in a while, I would say. Haven't been in this game for a little bit. They're a great football team. Looking forward to the challenge, confidence in our team.
Mason, Zach?
Yeah, Curt, you mentioned their depth. Is it a step above? I mean, you talked about Oregon being kind of one of the teams with unlimited resources back in April. Is that kind of a direct result of that, where you see just their depth is a step above maybe the rest of the Big Ten?
Well, I don't know what their resources are. All I know is they got a lot of good players.
Zach and Pete?
Curt, I imagine your roster and the way you preach is to approach every game the same way. But you guys have now played in a lot of these really sort of high-profile matchups in a short space of time. Do you see your players just at all more comfortable that none of this seems new or sort of overawing to them? I guess maybe the way it might have even a little bit a year ago.
Right. Well, I haven't seen our players in a couple days, and we have a veteran team, so they've been around the block, and most of them have been in games like this before.
Pete, upper left, and Jim?
Hey, Curt, I guess what makes Dante Moore so effective, and is this the deepest group of receivers you guys have faced this year?
Yeah. Well, he's playing really well. He's another guy. Got big-time arm talent, quick release, accurate. He's very athletic, very fluid, can run, extend plays, change of direction. He's getting the ball out on time, rhythm, and he snaps it off really quick. He's really impressive on tape. And the wide receivers are equally as impressive. Tight end, good depth there, good depth at running back. They spread the ball around. They use the field, and they run the ball well. So as he's played more, you can see he's building on his success, confidence, belief. And, he's one of the great quarterbacks in the country. There's no doubt about it.
Jim in front, and Daniel?
Curt, you've dealt with the travel to the West Coast before with UCLA. Obviously, this is a much better team in Oregon. Does it matter if the game's earlier in the day, later in the day, and how you mitigate that travel?
More no than yes, but a little bit. We're going to get out there slightly earlier than we did UCLA, but it won't be by much.
Daniel in front, and Jarrett?
You had mentioned after the playoff loss last year that what separated y'all from those elite teams on the road was they're just a little bit stronger, had a little bit more size. Do you feel like y'all have, trimmed that margin at all, roster-wise, roster
Well, we're not as
construction?
big as Oregon. I mean, they can roll 4 inside guys at D tackle or 330 plus. I mean, they got big people in there. I guess we're going to find out this week. But what I would say about Ohio State and Notre Dame, you can dwell on the line of scrimmage, but I don't think we won the battle at any position in those games.
Jarrett on your right, and Zach B?
You mentioned after the Iowa game, you guys didn't really check out of things or let Fernando audible out of things because of the road environment and the crowd noise. Do you anticipate sort of the same line of thinking going to the Oregon game?
We've never been a check audible team, really, to be honest with you. Early on at JMU, maybe we'd send a play in, and he had to have a certain look, and he'd look to the sideline, but we quit doing that after year 2. We don't do a lot of it. We talk about doing it at times, and we'll see what this week brings.
Zach B in front, and Joe?
You talked about after Iowa that Fernando passed that test in Iowa City. What will he need to show you this week to pass a test against Oregon?
Well, he made some outstanding throws against Iowa. I don't recall that exact comment. Left some plays out there too, but he was under pressure quite a bit as well. I just want Fernando, like the rest of the guys on the team, to relax and play their game. You know, we just got to go out there and play our game and play it well.
Joe on your left, then Josh.
Dan Lanning has one home loss to his name, and Autzen is an incredibly tough atmosphere. How much did that Iowa game, atmosphere-wise, kind of help in preparation to going out to Eugene?
Well, I think any time you do something the second time, it helps that you've been through it one time before. And Iowa was, you know, it was a sellout. It was loud. So to have that kind of preparation going into this game will help.
Josh on your right, and Will.
Coach, do you think that travel from last year to UCLA, you said you're keeping it mostly the same. Do you think that helps the guys who are returning and some of the guys who came in, that they can combine together to figure it out?
There's not much to figure out. I mean, that's what we do every game. We get in about the same time in the evening, and we've got our routine. And it's just the way I like to do it.
Will on your right, then Zion.
Coach, what's your mindset like going into a big game like this on the road?
I mean, you know, I'm trying to get as much done today as possible and find the edge. And like every game, you know, you really, I say it all the time, you prepare for them all the same. Otherwise, you'd be doing a disservice to your team if you're all in one game and not all in on another, right? So from that standpoint, it's pretty much the same.
Zion on your right, and back to Niz.
When you mentioned maybe not being quite as big up front as Oregon is, how do you kind of combat that going into the game on Saturday?
Well, you put together the best plan for your team that you think gives you the best chance to be successful. But I have confidence in our team, right? They are big, they are athletic, they are a very good football team. We're a good football team.
Niz on your left, last one.
Yeah, Curt, do you have any update on the status of D'Angelo Pons, and kind of when you watch the film, how do you think the secondary held up without him against Iowa?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I expect Pons to be fine and play. We found out late in the week he wouldn't be available for the Iowa game. So Coach Haynes took out the eraser and ink pen, and game plan changed a little bit, played a little bit more zone than he was planning on playing going into the game. And I thought we did well.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.